Okay, to begin, I'm going to show to you how I use the spike trap, how to use the spike trap indicator to catch spikes in boom and crash. Or if you are using the Weltrade Broker, you can trade pain and gain indices with this indicator. And this indicator, it detects the spikes by giving you an arrow. It gives you an arrow in the direction of the spikes. And for crash index or for pain index, it gives you a sell signal. And for boom index or gain index, it gives you a buy signal with an arrow pointing up. So for you to use this indicator, the first thing to do is first of all to attach your moving averages in your chart. The moving averages, they help you to detect the market trend, because for pain or for crash indices, we only sell and we look for sells only when the market is strongly downtrend, is highly downtrend. And how do we do that? How do we add our moving averages? We go to insert indicator trend moving average, and we have to choose two moving average, period 100. Select the linear weight moving average, apply to close. We'll choose our color blue and we'll have apply. It's on our screen. We'll go to the next indicator trend moving average. Here we'll have to input 50, and we'll change our color to gold or yellow. The same settings like for the first indicator. So we'll have our trend. So the next thing now is to attach our indicator spike trap to our indicator. Since this is a pain index, which is also equivalent to a crash index, you select your strategy as crash index, and we choose the color of our arrow. Let me choose a more visible color. Then to estimate, you can select the estimated if you want it to estimate the stop loss, even though it's not the best, but you can also use it. Then we have a MT5 alert if you want an alert on your PC, an alert whenever there is a signal. We also have a mobile notification setting. If you put this through, you have to activate, you will receive signal directly to your mobile phone, to your MT5 account, to your MT5 application on your mobile phone. We'll go to OK. And if you don't know how to set your notification for mobile, you just go to autos option. You go to the notification, you tick the notification box, enable notification, then you paste your meta quote ID on this box. You paste it, then you test it, you receive a message. You test it, you receive a message. But don't forget to paste your meta quote ID. From there you go OK. Then your indicator is set to send signals to your phone directly, and even to send you an alert on your MT5 PC. So since we have already attached our indicator, and the first thing before trading, how do you trade this indicator? To trade this indicator, you wait for a signal. For example, this arrow signal, it gives you a signal to sell. And before selling, you have to first of all verify if the moving averages, it's the market trend for this. For example, is a pain which is equivalent to a crash index. You verify if it's a downtrend, and you verify that by the 50 moving average. The fast moving average is below the slow moving average, which is 100. So by taking this trade, you can set your stop loss to the nearest high close to where you're taking your entry. You take it, then you take your TP down here below. It will give you a good risk to reward. You wait for the signal, you take the signal, your stop loss here at this level, then your TP, you take your TP when it gives you a, for example, this signal, the market was already changing trend. It gave a signal. Such signals you can avoid when the market is not, when the two moving averages are not strongly sloping downward. Let's continue. For this one, it was sloping downward. You take our signal here, our stop loss, the closest high, you take your trade. Here it gave another signal. If we'll have taken this signal with our stop loss here, we'll have had a failed trade, but the risk is not as much as when you measure the risk to the reward. And you only take trades when you see these moving averages sloping downward for a pain index or a crash index. If you're using boom and crash, for example, this market is mostly sloping upward. If you discover any signal you receive here, will likely be false signal. It might spike, but it will not be advisable to take such signals. Here we have a good signal. We have another signal here, a spike, but the market reversed. At least we got a spike there. This one also was a good signal, downtrend. It gave us a signal. If you measure this one, the stop loss with your closest high, you realize that the closest high is very far. So such kind of signals you avoid because the risk is very high. If you have to use this high as your for your stop loss, you see the distance is too big and the risk is too high, so you can avoid such trades. This one, the risk is not that much, you take it. This one, the risk is not that much, you can take the trade. It's a sloping market. This one, the risk is too high. It's too high. You measure the closest route, but this one, the risk is very low. If you take the trade, you have your spike. Such markets that are ranging, you avoid them. These ranging markets, you avoid them. Then it will go to a gain index. You attach the shoes are the same, but at this time around, since it's a gain index or a boom index, you choose boom. You activate and you okay. It will mostly give signals when the market is trending upward. You take a signal when the market is trending upward. You buy here, your stop loss below here. You buy here, your stop loss should not go below this. You buy here. If you bought here, you realize that the distance between your stop loss and your entry is too far, so such trades is a bit risky. This one, you buy here, the closest low is here. You buy here, the closest low should be here. So if you take this trade following the risk to reward, recommended risk to reward, you are going to have good trades. But remember, only take a buy trade for boom when the market is highly trending and sloping upward, and for crash you take it when the market is highly sloping downward. You can also use the higher time frame like the 5 minutes. You can also use, but you have to respect the trend. You have to respect the trend. You have to respect the trend. You respect the trend. For example, we had a good trade here. It was strongly sloping downward. We had a good trade here. You take your stop loss just above, and you take your trade, the stop loss just above, and you take you here. The stop loss will be very wide, so you have to avoid such trades when the stop loss is very wide. Here, the closest high is this. You will have failed the trade, but it's a good. What I'm giving you is a good, high probability trade here. The risk to the reward. That is how you take this trade. Same for the gain. If you take, let's say, the 15 minute, you can still trade the 15 minutes, but the market should be trending upward. This is signal here. You buy. This is another signal here. Our stop loss, where are we going to have below here? It was not a good risk to reward. This is another good signal here. Another good signal here, with a stop loss just below here, and you take. This one is when you are using the higher time frame. So that's what it goes. That's how it goes with the indicator. You can use this indicator for pain and gain offered by the Weltrade Broker, or you can trade boom and crash offered by Deriv. Any financial instrument that deals with spike detection, you can use this indicator. You can equally use it. So thank you. Any challenge, if you face any challenge, don't hesitate to contact, but you have to backtest. Keep back testing until you master the strategy. Thank you.